Hey guys, welcome back to New to Homesteading. My name is Ray.
Hi guys, my name is Dora. It is February the 1st, 2026 on Sunday morning. We thank y'all for joining us. Already second month of this year.
You almost sound like uh, that cartoon.
Yes, groundhog. The
Why you say
groundhog. February.
yes?
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to say it, but you did.
It's a cute little cartoon.
But you almost sounded like that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. And as you can see, Dora sometimes can't speak.
I do.
Her first language is Spanish, right?
It really
It
was.
really was.
Yeah, it really was.
So
Yeah.
she still struggles with
I
English.
do. I have a very thick accent.
So, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. And as you see the title, they are listening to you. Think about that. They are listening to you. I'm not going to make this video very long. It's going to be short and sweet. It's going to be to the point. This is just something that we are not going to be able to avoid. It's too late.
Yes.
It truly is too late. A lot of us are in it already. And if you haven't been paying attention to all the technology, I'm going to show you 3 videos today. And in those 3 videos, you're going to see firsthand how you're being watched, you're being listened to. I mean, everything that you're doing, every move you're doing, your commutes, your travel. You may say, oh, they're not, oh, trust me. That flock system that law enforcement has, that flock system, I mean, all we have to do is type in a license plate and we can put a time frame from a day up to 3 months, 4 months. And you can type that in there and it'll give us every location, every place that you've been. Everywhere there's a flock camera, it'll give us all that information. It'll catch your commute. So just think about that. Think about what your local agencies, the technology that they have, compared to what the government already has. Because the government has unlimited funds because we give them the unlimited funds by our taxes. Mm-hmm. So they have all that funding. Your city officials don't have that type of funding, but yet we still have that technology to monitor. And I want to share 3 videos with you so you can see them. So we can play the first video, and I just want you to think about it. How do you think they're going to catch everybody in the beast system? How do you think it? So we'll watch this first one.
A new debate is heating up online, this time about the snow itself, and it has led to possible death threats. 2 Memphis City Council members, Pearl Walker and Yolanda Cooper Sutton, shared social media posts questioning whether the snow that fell across the city was real or possibly man-made. Well, the topic is trending on TikTok. The comments quickly took off online, drawing strong reactions as crews across Memphis were still dealing with icy roads, school closures, and cleanup from one of the city's more significant winter storms in recent years. Your news leader reached out to Councilwoman Pearl Eva Walker about her post.
I had a cousin to a chunk of the snow and it was dissolving, but water was not dripping. And I commented that it looks different. But what Memphians need to understand is that I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is not, this my right to speak. It's bigger than the Constitution.
WREG also contacted Councilwoman Cooper Sutton. She says what was meant to be a lighthearted post shared with family and friends has now been blown out of proportion.
I'm doing super amazing, but my family here and I have gotten some threats on my life, my Facebook page. People are talking about they hope that I die and that I get over some snow. And no one has gone to my page and actually see the work that I'm doing, taking food to my neighbors, my senior citizen neighbors, making phone calls, praying, for our city. And I'm not sure what this is about or where this attack has come from, because it has been really ugly and mean.
Councilwoman Cooper Sutton says the challenges many of her neighbors and constituents are facing during the snow and ice recovery are.
So think about it. We're in a society right now that everyone's opinion matters most. That you can't even post an opinion on social media without being attacked. Could it be these paid people that they have just so they can try to get rid of the truth? For instance, everyone by now knows or has an idea that this has been man-made snow.
Yes.
So what do they have to do? They have to get other people in there to argue with you until you know it's not. And even if you get a video and show them how it's man-made, they're still going to argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the type of society that we are in now. They have created a society where if someone gives an opinion, the other person's opinion matters more than that opinion, instead of having dialogue and talking.
Well, and also just, because they want for other people to see the outcome, that if you speak your mind, if you speak your opinion, you're going to get at fault for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they don't want you to do that. They want you to just go with their narrative and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you another video, and in this video you're going to see that they actually send law enforcement over because they're monitoring your social media. I'm telling you, your social media, everything that you're saying and posting, and that's why I've been always saying, be cautious on what you're posting because it's being monitored. Be ready to stand up for what is truth. So if you're doing videos of about the Bible, you're talking about Jesus, get ready for that persecution coming in its way. Be ready to stand up for what you believe. And that is one thing that the church today, these buildings, these pastors have not been getting the people ready for that persecution that's on its way. I'll get into that here in a little bit, but let's play this video.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jeff Talon. A Pittsville family is rejecting the school district's cease and desist letter. It accuses a mother's post of defamation. The letter stems from a TikTok video of a choir concert. A mother shared it, believing it shows her daughter being excluded. The family's lawyer is now asking the school district to drop the threat of a lawsuit. News Channel 7's Madison Morandi joins us now live in studio. Madison, why does the family's attorney say their TikTok was not defamation?
Jeff, the family's lawyer says the TikTok did not have any defamatory words in it. She also says the school district is a public entity, which actually doesn't have the same First Amendment rights as citizens and cannot sue for defamation. Amanda Vogel, the mother of the student in a wheelchair, took this video in 2023. She posted it last month with the caption, quote, "This was the moment we decided to homeschool," end quote. The video went viral and now has about 20 million views. The school district had Pittsville police go to Vogel's home, requesting she take down the video for safety concerns for the staff. The Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty's Corey Brewer is representing Vogel. Brewer says parents have a right to advocate for their children and criticize government entities.
This is protected speech. She has a First Amendment right to raise these concerns. She didn't say anything that was untrue, defamatory, harassing in her post.
Brewer says after expressing these concerns, the school district, quote, intimidated Vogel by sending police to her home. The officer requested Vogel remove the post, and the school would draft a cease and desist letter if the post wasn't removed. The Vogels are not seeking monetary damages from the school district right now. They're instead asking the...
There you go. Monitoring your social media platforms of you just placing a video out there. You didn't say anything. You're placing the video, and this is why we decided to homeschool. She's absolutely right. Look at her daughter being put to the side in a wheelchair. You saw that in the position that she's in. Why not accommodate her and put her with the group?
Yeah, right.
You could have moved the group around and made it to where she would have just blended in. But again, and so they didn't like that. So what do? Send law enforcement. They're sending law enforcement to take the post, for you to take the post down, telling people to remove the post. Think about that. This is just it. Wait until it becomes to where they say, you know what, you can no longer talk about Jesus. That's coming. That is guaranteed that is coming. That you can no longer speak about Jesus because it's hate speech. You've already heard it in other countries where they say, well, you can't read scripture that tells you that homosexuality is wrong. You can't read scripture that says that adultery is wrong. You can't read scripture that says there's where it says God created man and woman. Two different man and woman.
Right.
God didn't get confused.
Just two.
Yeah, just two.
Right.
And they're going to be calling it hate speech. And if you post that up there, get ready for law enforcement to show up. And you may say, not in my city. Oh, trust me. I'm in law enforcement. I see it happening. I see it happening. I see it happening in our local agencies. Think about that. I've seen it happen. So you can't tell me it won't happen in your agency or in your city, I mean. And what do I mean by that? Understand something. Law enforcement, they get paid just like everyone else. Everyone else has a job. They rely on a paycheck, right? So what happens if they don't do what they are being told? They don't get a paycheck anymore.
Right.
Understand that part. There are people right now, especially in this economy, that are relying on every paycheck to make ends meet. Mm-hmm. And don't you think that law enforcement is not going to say, wait a minute. There are some, and it's a handful. In fact, I've talked to several of them. And in fact, I can count them in less than one hand of that will stand up and say, wait a minute, I won't do that. That's sad. That is sad. Out of 140-something officers, I can count in less than one hand, hopefully you understand that said that they will stand up for what is right. The rest said, nope, it's my job. I have to do what my job says to do. Are you not paying attention to what's going on? And that's what I try to explain to them. Are you not paying attention to what is happening around the world? You are being used to enforce something that is unconstitutional, and before you know it, you're going to be inside that place as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let me play one other video for you, and you're going to see, again, detectives are making that knock and talk. And I'll explain here in a second after we'll play this video.
Picture to make sure it's you. We're not sure.
Okay.
So is that your account?
I refuse to answer questions without my lawyer present. So I really don't know how to answer that question either
Well,
way.
like I said, you're not going to
This is freedom of speech. This is America, right?
And
I'm a veteran.
And I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
We're just trying to see if it's you, because if we're not talking to the right person, we want to go see who the right person
Okay,
is.
how can I help you?
So pretty much it's just a statement that was made as far as
verbatim, it says the guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians, tried to shut down a theater for showing a movie that hurt his feelings, and refuses to stand up for the LGBTQ community in any way. Even leaves the room when they vote and on related matters. Wants you to know that you're all welcome. Clown face, clown face, clown face. 3 days ago.
You don't know if it was you?
I'm not going to answer whether that's me or not.
Okay.
The concerning part, and not concerning for the person who's posting it, what we're just trying to prevent is somebody else getting agitated or agreeing with the statement. We're not saying it's true or not.
Understood.
That guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians, that can probably incite somebody to do something radical. That's all we're here to talk about. And we wanted to get your side. If it was you that posted that, I would think to refrain from posting things like that, because that can get something
I appreciate your concern. I appreciate you coming out here.
Okay,
that's it.
That is it.
Okay.
I'm going to maintain my amendment rights to not answer the question about whether or not that's me. I hope that's understandable.
All right.
We appreciate it.
Thank you as well.
Day, okay?
You as well. Thank you. Take care.
She handled it very, very good. This is coming from law enforcement. I'm telling you, she did awesome. And you may say, wow, you're not wanting us to talk to police. Think about this. I really want you to think about it. Did you hear what he said? If this is not you, then we want to go talk to the person, the right person. You also heard him say, when she said that it's freedom of speech. Well, I 100% agree with you. Okay, then if you 100% agreed with her, why were you there knocking on the door? Why didn't you go tell your boss, his boss, because he was sent by his boss. I need you to go take care of this. Why didn't he tell his boss, wait a minute, this is freedom of speech. This is freedom of speech. You want me to go violate somebody else's rights because you didn't like what was being said?
Yeah.
That's what it basically is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like what someone is saying, so I'm sending law enforcement to go do a scare tactic for you to remove that post. Or for you to confess to something, whether it was in that post or not. To admit to extending what was said on that post. To admit to something else besides the post. Yeah, that's what it basically is. Understand something. And this is hard for me to say. It really is. We in law enforcement will listen to every single word you say. Whether you meant it, whether you said the wrong word at the time, we will listen to every single word. So for your benefit, whenever you're posting something, as long as it's not to hurt someone, as long as it's not a terrorist act that you want to do, as long as it's not you're posting something because you're trying to want to start an attack on someone, as long as it's not towards any type of attack, any types of violence, any type of wanting to do some violence, anything like that. If it's just your opinion, and understand that there's a small line that gets crossed from an opinion to an actual action of hurting someone. If you just disagree with politics or something like that, make sure that you proofread it. And if you have your spouse or someone else that's right there, have them read it as well before you send it off. Because I guarantee you, if it's towards any politician, any city council member, any mayor, any city official, any government official, they're going to be knocking on your door. Mm-hmm. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. You don't have to talk to them. Now, if you think you're one of those that's really intelligent and you can outsmart law enforcement while you're talking, just remember, you may have outsmarted them within those few minutes that you're talking, but they're going to replay that tape over and over and over to see what they missed.
You're being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. You're being recorded. Either by your own, ring person, ring that's out there, or them themselves carrying. You're being recorded.
And understand, there's a program that here in this city that they sent out to the public that you could put your doorbell ring device in their system to give them access to get your doorbell ring at any time. Yes, people have done that. The reason behind that was to catch criminals driving through the street, to catch criminals that were burglarizing, either across the street or in your neighborhood or in your property. That was the design behind that. But understand, Juan, if they have access to that, then they're able to open that access whenever you go and have a conversation that they're talking with you and like, oh, let's replay that and let's replay it. Let me listen to it and let me study what words were said that we didn't catch the first time. Because, of course, nobody's perfect. There's not a single person that's perfect. But if you go back and you listen to video and you start paying attention to every single word, you'll find something. So understand, people, we are in this day and age that you're being monitored everywhere you go. Yes. Every store, every location you go. I mean, just think about it. All these smart TVs, I've been telling people, you're being watched on these smart TVs. So what happens when you go to the stores where they have all these televisions, all these electronics? Don't you think they're listening to you? Don't you think they're watching you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Or even appliances, refrigerators, microwaves, washers, dishwashers. I mean, anything that's a smart appliance is going to be recording you, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. I know a lot of us been asking that question. How is the Antichrist going to monitor everyone around the world and be able to know if they're going to worship him, if they're going to talk bad about him, or are they going to be preaching about Jesus, or are they going to refuse the mark? How is he going to know all that? Well, here you are. You're seeing it being played out. You're seeing the practice runs. You're seeing that you post stuff on social media. If somebody doesn't like it, let's call the cops. Let's have them knock on your door and show up. There it is.
Yes.
And I know if there's law enforcement watching this, and they're probably going to say, I can't believe you're telling people law enforcement tricks. They're not really tricks. It's just when you go to school, they teach you all this stuff. You go to these classes. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm telling you, you have to get ready. And I know there's law enforcement out there that's probably watching this and saying, yeah, you're right, because this is what we're taught. You're right, that you have to stand up for your faith. You're right, you have to stand up for free speech. We swore to protect free speech. How are we going to be knocking on someone's door and tell them to remove free speech when we swore that we would protect it? Makes no sense, right?
That's right. Yeah.
We're in the military. Well, I was in the military, now in law enforcement. I swore to protect free speech. How can I live with myself knocking on someone's door, telling them to remove their free speech, to violate their freedom of speech? Think about that. Where's my integrity then? Where's these law enforcement integrity for them to say, wait a minute, this is still free speech. It's not, they're not trying to cause any violence. Right. They're not trying to plan a violent attack. All it is they're placing their opinion. It's still free speech.
Yes, whether you agree with the person's opinion or not. I mean, that's their opinion. Just like you're entitled to your own.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard this when I was in the military. When you sign that document, your free speech went out the door. You no longer have free speech because you are in the military. I've heard that in the military. I've heard that in law enforcement as well. They've told us that. Once you swore to be in law enforcement, you no longer have free speech. Well, yeah, whatever. It doesn't work that way. You still have free speech. Now, there are consequences for when you say certain things. There's consequences for it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's that. There's a difference there. There's consequences for what you post on social media, because there have been some racist comments on social media. There have been some ugly things on social media. Well, yeah, you just posted stuff that's come back on you. That's different. So, guys, we just want to share this. This is almost getting out of hand. If the school district didn't like what was being said, let's send the cops. That city official didn't like what was being said, send the cops. Just think about it. So, we want to share this with you. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Give us a thumbs up. Share this video. And subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, of course, follow us on Facebook, as we're still being shadow banned.
Yes, yes. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you on the next video.